Hey guys. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not that late. Come on. How's everybody doing today? Let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on in. We're going to jump inside of Unity today and we're going to take a look at building an ever-changing tower. Basically, we want this labyrinth, this hotel, all these hallways to constantly change. I kind of have an idea of how to do this. It's going to be complicated, but we're going to jump inside of Unity and see if we can do this. By the way, guys, I wanted to let you know that there are 7 days left for the Black Friday sale. This only comes once a year. This is a massive discount, 50% off full-time game dev. Plus, you're going to get 2D Art Pro and 3D Art Pro totally free. There's only about 70 seats left. These are going to sell out. If you want to join other game developers, over 3,500 game developers who love the program, including Lord Grimm. Lord Grimm just let me know last week, this is Miss Cloud Games, you can find them on Twitter, that they became a full-time game developer because of the course. So if that's a dream that you have and you want to do what I do, I can't make any promises. I can just tell you what I've done and teach you, just like I'm teaching other students, how to not only make games, 2D and 3D games, how to code, how to do art, but how to secure funding and all of that, publishers, Kickstarter, all of that stuff. I'm going to teach you how to do it. All right, let's jump inside of Unity and get started. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. All right, so this is kind of what I've come up with today. Basically, and credit goes to Felipe, who's my 3D artist. Also, the creator of Choo Choo Charles, Gavin, and also Jason's Story. I believe it was those three and myself who sort of worked together to come up with this idea of this ever-changing hotel. Okay? The way that we're going to do this is we're going to have, currently we only have 6 different pieces. So you have a sprawling level that's static, but you have these pieces that change. Okay? And when those pieces change, you can go to a new area. But they change every 60 seconds with the strike of a clock. Okay? So every minute, the layout is changing. Okay? Now, most of the level, 60-70% of the level, is going to be static. All right? It kind of has to be this way, especially with Unity, because baked lighting and baked nav meshes and all of that. Okay? So the first thing I want to start with is the wall. Okay, this is simply a piece that every 60 seconds will move up and then go down, and then move up and then go down. Okay, the first thing I want to create is a clock. So it's this massive clock. It's only code. It's the clock controller, or the tower movement controller. I'm just going to call it the clock. So let's create a new script here. We're going to call it the clock controller. And what we need this to do is we need it to count to 60 seconds. And once it hits 60 seconds, it's going to search for all of the moving pieces in the scene. It's going to do a for loop. And then it's going to fire each one's animation. Okay? So let's create a script. And I'm going to call this the clock controller. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and create a new game object and call this clock. Hello? Freaking Unity. Clock controller. The older I get, the more I don't like Unity. I'll be honest with you guys. The more I'm in game dev, the more I'm like just realizing all of the flaws, and it's really frustrating. The bigger your game gets, the more difficult it is. All right. Yeah, it's a great hook, and you got to give credit to who it's due to. Credit where credit is due. Gavin came up with this 60 seconds idea, my idea was every week it changes, but Gavin's idea was like, no, 60 seconds. He wanted it every 10 seconds. I'm like, whoa, let's do like a minute. So that was his idea. So he sort of took my idea and made it a little bit spicier. And I really appreciate that. Yeah, it does feel like the hotel's alive. All right, let's open up the script here. Freaking, oh, Unity. I'm so sick of this. It's getting so frustrating. Why? Just freaking work. It's 2022. If we go into our clock controller here, we can create a new serialized field. And we're going to call this, well, it's going to be the timer. That's about it. So just create a new timer. All right. And then we're also going to create a public sort of just list or array. It can be an array of objects that have the clock timer class or the clock. What do we call this? Moving clock object. I don't know. And we'll have an array, and it's going to have the it's going to be called moving clock objects. Okay. So we're going to have that. We need to create a new script called moving clock object. I mean, honestly, we could just call it a clock object. Basically, they're just all of the objects that will change based on the clock. It's frustrating because I'm just getting all these errors here. Clock controller. Okay, moving clock object. Yes, okay, so it's going to be clock object. There we go. Go back to Unity here. This is the thing. In 2013, I never dealt with any of this stupid, the reloading the script assembly, reloading this, reloading that, reloading this. It's like the older I get, the older Unity gets, the more it's convoluted. There's just so much stuff going on all the time. It's frustrating. Okay, we have a clock controller here, right there, okay? And then we're also gonna have our moving clock objects, right? Which is right here. And we're gonna call that just clock objects. Okay? Now, it's gonna need to find those. So find objects of type, it's gonna just create a list of those. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So we have that, we have this clock controller. And I'm gonna make a prefab out of it. So let's go ahead and create this new prefab. We're gonna put it in our core. Clock controller, there it is. And the timer's gonna go up. Timer plus equals time.delta time. Okay, so it's just gonna go up. If it hits 60 seconds, if timer gets greater than 60, then go back to 0. That's about it, okay? Otherwise, nah, don't worry about it. Okay, so that's good. Once it hits 60 seconds, it will go into every single one of those clock objects and fire the function to move it, okay? Now, the movement can be handled in two ways. It can be done with script, or it can be done with an actual animation. I want to do an animation because I feel like I have a lot more control over what it looks like, okay? So for example, this moving piece wall, as long as I know my world units, which we're doing units basically of 4, so every 4 Unity units is sort of a grid. So if it goes up by 4, it goes up to the next grid, all right? So as long as this is in a zeroed position as a child of this parent object, we can actually create an animation or an animator on top of this. We're gonna go to animation here, and we're gonna create a new one called clock objects. We'll do a space here. By the way, those of you just joining us, just remember you can join full-time game dev for 50% off today and learn everything I've learned in the last decade of starting my own game studio. I have over 3,500 students. And by the way, if you're a student, let us know in the chat what you think about the program. Okay, so let's go ahead and call this clock object. And this is going to be wall. And it's going to be a vertical. I'm just going to name it vertical wall. Wall, vertical movement. Okay? And what we could do here is start it at a 0 position here. Right here. Whoopsie, wrong one. It looks like we have the wrong animation here. We need to, I don't know why I did that, but let's type in clock here. I think it's right here. Clock movement or wall vertical. There it is. Drag that on there. Good. Okay, it works. All right, so if we hit record here, we can start it at 0, okay? Start it at 0. And he's going to have a movement speed of about 1 second, and he's going to go to 4, okay? And he's going to go back down to 2 at 2 seconds. So this is all we're going to have, okay? But here's the thing. I'm going to create a new function, and by the way, this is why we have this clock object script. One of the reasons why is we can fire these functions, okay? I'm going to create a public function. It's going to return nothing, so it's void. And it's going to be set animator speed, okay? We're going to have it get set to a float value. We're going to have two, actually. We're going to have set animator speed. We're going to also have stop or freeze animator speed, okay? So all we're going to do is say, hey, animator dot speed equals 0. Remember, we need a reference to animator up here. So we're going to go to animator. There you go. And we're going to say animator equals get component animator. All right? Does that make sense, guys? So now we can actually just set the animator speed to 0. And then we can also set it to a float. By default, it's going to be 0. And this one here, why is it doing that? Oh, float speed. And then this we could say, look, how about for this function, we can say set animator speed to the speed. Okay. Now, I think what we could do is we could actually, if we go into Unity here, if it freaking loads, well, we could actually just use that one function. But let's double check, because I've always had issues with the parameters. So let's double check here. If we open this up here, we can have it stop here. So set animator speed, we could say 0. Okay, that works. And then here we could say set to 0. Okay. So that actually works just fine. I don't think we need that. And then what we could do is in the clock controller, once the timer gets greater than 60, we're going to basically say, look, the clock objects dot set animator, and we'll say 1, set the animator speed, right? So that's generally what we're going to do here. We need to find all the clock objects first, though. So I'm going to go ahead and, like the smart man I am, I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to type in find objects with component Unity. Okay? Way to get all the objects with a certain component script attached. Let's see here. You use find objects of type. That's all you do. I think that's it. Let's double check here. I haven't done that. I haven't coded in about, like, I don't know. I think it's been 2 months since I coded. Maybe I'm wrong. So that doesn't work for some reason. Why? Can it implicitly convert clock object to clock object? How about this? How do you do this? I can't remember. I haven't coded in so long. If you're looking for only one object as you use the generic, yes. I can't remember. I can't remember what I'm doing here. Find object of type store in array Unity. It's find object. Find objects? Okay. Find objects of type. Yay. Okay. Thank you very much. Very, very good. Way to go, Felipe Coelho. Felipe Coelho. Thank you so much. Find objects of type. It finds the clock objects, right? That's what it should do. And then we just say, hey, look, clock objects set animator speed to 1. Okay. And that will be actually a for loop. So let's be the moron that I am. Again, guys, I've been doing this for 10 years. I have 2 commercial releases on every platform, and I still, this is why you shouldn't feel bad. I still have trouble writing my for loops. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I'm not lying to you and saying, hey, I've got all these games. I really do have games on every platform. They've made me plenty of money, and I think it's over 500,000 each game, and I'm still struggling with for loops. That's the thing. That's how dumb I am. Okay. For each. And it's even worse today because I just haven't coded in a long time. I is smaller than clock objects dot length, and then all we do is clock objects I, and then we iterate through set animator speed. We set it to 1. Okay, so that should do it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right, so I think that should do it. We're going to do a debug.log here on the clock object speed. Debug.log set speed for game object, right? And the speed, okay? I just want to make sure I'm seeing everything correctly in the console. So that should do it. So basically what it's going to do, the theory is it's going to, on start, when we hit play, it's going to find this clock object script here, and it's then going to play, all right? So let's give it a shot, see what happens here, okay? Move that up here, save it. Let's hit play and see if the clock objects appear. There's a clock object there, good. There it is. And every 60 seconds, it should do it, okay? Let's see the moving piece. Vertical wall movement, it's set to loop. Yep. Okay, so let's double check. "30 seconds, let's just set it to 50 and just wait for it to move. It should do it. 57, 58, 59, 60. Go. What? Set speed for game object to 1. Okay. Let's see here. It's stuck there. So it should get set back to 1. But it's not. Yeah, it was anticlimactic. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's hit play one more time. Okay, it should tell us set speed to 0. Okay, set it to 0. Good. So if I clear it and then I hit set this clock controller to, let's say, 50. Whoopsie. Oh, it set it to 1 and then went back to 0. I know why, Thomas. I think I know why. Do I? I don't know why, actually. The event you set, what's the what? I know, but that happens immediately. So that does it, sets it to 0, and then it should move forward past it and then go there. I'm doing very, very well. Okay, it got set to 0 here. Good. So it should, once it hits 60, it should be set to 1, right? That's the theory. So if I set it to 50 and check it out here, it should say 1 in the console. Okay, moving. Okay, got set back to 0 for some reason. I wonder why, guys. Because it's there, and then it gets set to 0, so maybe it's just doing it again. I don't know. That's so weird. It stops it there, but you would think it would go past it and then move. Why does it start over though? It shouldn't start over. I know the event, but like that's what's confusing to me right now. Let's figure this out, guys. I feel like the event already fired, so that when you set it back to 1, it should continue. Set it to 0 after the animation happened. No. Oh no. I thought this was going to be easier. Darn. What? It should work. Let's deactivate this. I just want to see what's happening in the animator. Let's just say delete these here and take a look. Maybe it's because it starts at that. Why aren't you playing, bro? Wait, what? Look, it's because it's set to static. It's because it's set to static. There we go. Yay! Okay, we figured it out. Let's put those events back there. See, sometimes these solutions are so easy, guys. There we go. That should do it. All right, let's take a look. What? Why? Here we go. Okay, it's going for some reason, and it should not. Ah, yes, I disabled this, Thomas. All right. No, it wasn't the loop, guys. It was because it was set to static. All right, so and this is going to be cool because by the end of the stream, we're going to have everything being controlled. And you're going to have all these moving pieces, and it's all because of just this very simple script and just a few animations, okay? So I think this is going to be a highly effective mechanic, but it's very simple to create. And that was the goal. So if I set this to 50 seconds, it should move up. Come on. Please, God. Yay! So now I can go into a new area, right? So do you guys see how cool this is going to be? You're going to have a clock striking, and all of a sudden you're going to see like stuff go and randomly shift. So the level's going to be constantly changing despite the fact that 70% of it is static. It's kind of like Harry Potter, right? And again, big shout out to Choo Choo Charles creator, Gavin. Thank you, buddy. Such a great idea. It was originally going to change every week, but now it's every 60 seconds. Okay, so now the next question, guys, is this. The next question is, well, what if I want the speed to go backwards, right? So what we could do is we could just basically say float actually wrong one here. Go to the clock controller. We're going to say float random int random value equals random.range, and we're going to go -1 to 1, okay? Then what we say is we say, look, and by the way, this is terrible code. This is terrible code. I understand, but I don't know how else to do it. I told you guys I'm a moron. If random value is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, then the else, yes, here's what we do. We go, if random value is greater than or equal to 0, integer or float set speed equals, by default, it's going to be +1. But if it's greater than, or we could just do this. Why don't we do this? Why don't we just set the speed to an absolute round? We could round it. Yeah, we could do that. Can't we do this? Can't we say random value equals mathf.round to integer? Can't we do that? Can't we do that? I think we could do that. And then we could just do this. Look. So it's either going to be -1 or +1. Why are we doing this? Because we might want it to go backwards or forwards, right? This isn't necessarily relevant with, it's not relevant with the door dropping down and up because it's going to go backwards, forwards, it's still going to keep moving in the same way. But if we had like a rotating platform that rotates like 90 degrees, then it's relevant because it's going to go back, right? So I think that's what we want to do here. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and debug this. Debug.log random value. It can be 0. Oh, yeah. And that's kind of cool, right? What do you guys think? That's kind of cool. Random.range doesn't return integers. No, it'll be a decimal. Oh, just use integer for random value? Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. Smart. I told you. I'm not the smartest cookie in the jar. But that should do it, right, guys? Let's take a look. And let's set this freaking timer to like 5 because 60 seconds is ridiculous. Alrighty then. I'm having fun. I haven't coded in 2 months and I'm just having a blast. I think it's been 2 months. I really do. Okay. So let's double check here and see. 0. Okay. 0. 0. Okay, that was my inclination. I don't think that it works that easily. So I think what we need to do is go back to what we had here. And then maybe I'm wrong. If you guys know the solution here, be my guest. But I think we have to do it that way. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Felipe. At least that's me saving face. All right, and guys, just remember, those you're just joining us, that full-time game dev is 50% off today. It does support the channel. I promise you, not even kidding, it supports this game, right? So when you guys join the course, that money goes into producing this game, okay? Also, more importantly, it supports your future because you learn how to make 2D games, 3D games, and 2D art and 3D art. You get those programs totally free for this Black Friday sale event. 50% off. Click below. Join 3,500 students. There's only about 70 seats left, and these will sell out. Okay, so for some reason it's not doing it still, which is such a strange thing. I don't know why. -1 is inclusive, and 1 is not in this case. What does that mean? Does anybody know what's going on here? Let's debug the random value first here, and then we'll debug this new integer random value. Ah. No. I don't think that's true. Okay, so what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Y'all are too smart for me. Come on. What does it mean? Round to integer is bad place. What? I need to put 0 to 2. That? So I think that's the solution. Let's just check it, but you will see. -1 to 2, huh? Really? Well, guys, the reason I live stream what you think it is so that I can help you, right? I'm teaching you. But in reality, you guys are teaching me, right? It's true. It's true. All right. Yay. Good. Okay, it's set to 1. Let's watch the console, guys. Almost there. Good. That was 1 again, right? It's still going to 1. Does it ever go to -1 or 0? That one was -1 and it didn't go backwards. For some reason, it didn't go backwards. Why? Why? It should have gone backwards. That should have gone backwards as well. All right. So for some reason, the -1 doesn't do anything. So let me write something down really quick. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. So there it was set to 0. Let's double check here. That was 1. So both -1 and 1 should send it right back. So that's why I'm confused. So -1 or 1 right now should take it to the top. And it doesn't. Look at this. Okay, that's correct. Now let's wait. I'm going to clear this and let's wait. 0, that's correct. 1, correct. Can you go -1 with Unity? Can you go in reverse with the animation window? Did that work? Nope, that didn't work either. Yeah, no. For some reason, when you set it to -1, it doesn't go backwards. Like if I do this, you'll see that the issue is with the animation window. That's the issue. Look, I'll show you. So that's what I'm confused by. I want it to be basically be able to go backwards or forwards. And again, in this case, it doesn't matter, but with like rotating objects, it'll matter. Okay, so that didn't do anything. Okay, so it doesn't work. Set speed for, got set to -1, so it can't go backwards for some reason. Okay, let's see here. Let's Google search, can animator speed be set to -1? I don't think you can. Unity reverse animation speed. How can I play the animation backwards? Oh my word, leave it to Unity. Golly. Unfortunately, right now, there is no way to play an animation in reverse. What on earth? I'm pretty frustrated. So, you can't reverse it. Just copy paste the animation state you want it to reverse to the animator window, then rename it and set the speed to -1. I said I don't want to do that. This is ridiculous. No animation speed cannot be set to -1, but it can reverse if you use -1. I agree with Justin Moore. What did Justin say? Possibly just make a copy of the animation in reverse and reference that animation. No, I don't want to do that. That's too complicated. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay, let's look at our objects here. Do we really need things to be able to go in reverse? No, because I want this to work with rotating objects, guys. I guess you could paste all the different positions, which is not ideal. I don't really want to do it that way. I just want to have them all in one timeline. Tugmac, that doesn't surprise me. In Unreal, it's just the click of a button. Yep. Yeah. That's so annoying. You can't go in reverse. So. But the idea is, if we go to our prefabs here, and we go to our architecture, I'm gonna create a new folder and call it clock objects. Create a prefab first. If anyone wants to figure out how to do a reverse animation, that would be great, but it's okay if you can't. So there's our clock objects. If I put this here and then this here and then this here, what you'll see is that sometimes they move and sometimes they don't. Which is, it's fine. It's just basically there's always not a guarantee that something's going to move. And I want things to always move. So that's what I'm struggling with right now. Time scale? No. Double the animation and reverse it on the second part and use a larger time scale? What do you mean? Oh, that could work. Interesting. So there's this, basically my thought process is, if the timer starts at 60, then they'll immediately begin moving. This is kind of cool though. Sometimes they move, sometimes they don't. Thomas, could you try going to the animator tab and see if setting the -1 works? We can see here. Let's open up this one and we'll just see what happens. That one's set to -1, 5. -25. I mean, it says you can't. That's the thing. Yeah, it looks... What in the world? This is crazy. Yeah, it's super imprecise too, the method that I'm doing here. Super imprecise. Create a float parameter in the animator controller. This is an idea. I know where you're going with this. This is interesting. Create a float. This is going to be called direction. Okay. So if we set that to, is this a float? Double check. Okay, so this is Justin Moore. Create a flow parameter in the animator controller panel. Select state for which you want to play the animation in reverse direction. Okay. Set it to 1. And then what did you say? There's a multiplier. There we go. Direction. I feel like that's still not going to solve the problem. Because speed can't be multiplied by a negative. Speed cannot be negative. Wrap mode ping pong. No, I don't think that'll do it. It's not complicated. It's just annoying. I mean, if we set this to -1, we could double check and see if it goes backwards, or if it even works. Let's go ahead and create one that rotates, because I feel like that one's gonna be much more obvious. So I'm gonna take this here, and this is gonna be the moving piece. And this is going to be the T. We're going to call this moving piece T Hull. Okay. And for this one, it's just going to be this and then this. There we go. And now what we could do is we could change the animator from moving piece wall to moving piece. Yeah, this is going to be the T Hull rotation. So all we do here is we do this, start at, I don't like that it's at -90 like that. That's annoying. Oh my word. Yeah, okay, we're gonna need to fix this. Frustrating day, a little bit frustrating. Okay, set those at 0, there we go. And then this one, just like that, okay? There we go, one more, good. So now, all we gotta do here is just rotate like this, 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 and then this, okay? That's the theory. So we start at 0. Every second, 90. Every second, 90 degrees, right? I'm curious what happens here, though, when we rotate from each one. Yeah, we're good. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so again, guys, look. We're going to put this over here. So this hallway will be something you can walk in. It's going to be much bigger, but for now, this works just fine. And now we could put those so original prefab, good. And then we could put the animation events in there, right? Set animator speed to 0 and copy. Paste. Paste. And then paste. Good, okay. All right, so let's hit play here, and remember every 5 seconds, it should rotate. All right, let's wait and see if this works. Good. And it's not very precise, you can see that. So that's another issue we've got. So that just skipped one, I think. Oh, we gotta do one more iteration. Okay. All right. Okay, it works. So hopefully you guys can see why we're doing it the way we're doing it. Okay. Let's see here. What's the animation set at? 1. So weird. Here. The speeds aren't nice and smooth. We need to flatten each one like this. Good. Okay. So yeah, you can see we skipped one here. So we need to have this one go to 4, right at 4 seconds. And then this one is actually going to be, what is it, 270? Is that what it is? Yep. Okay. So that's going to be cool. I mean, imagine a really beautiful hallway that rotates like that. That's going to be really cool. I just want to be able to play it in reverse, and that's why I'm so surprised. Just pretty surprised that it doesn't work. Yeah. Didn't do it. Okay, there it goes. I don't think it's very precise though. It's like having trouble stopping at the right moment. Makes me think we got to do it with code, you know? I don't think that's precise enough. Oh no, that's all right. Okay. I think I have an idea. Okay. Let's see here. Ah. Yeah, I need to be able to go reverse. I mean, that's the trouble here. You just can't do it though. Reverse animation Unity. Playing animation in forward and reverse. Reddit. So I'm having a problem. Everywhere on the internet, it says to play the animation. You said to play to 0 to -1. And then when I do that, the animation just skips the middle frame. Just needed to add animation name.normalize time to 1 before I set it to -1. Is it normalized time? Yeah, I don't get it. Speed -1. So you have to do it with a specific animation? That doesn't make sense. Sucks. Yeah, we're probably going to need to do it with code. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Yeah. I mean, we can double check. I see what you're saying. So we have the multiplier here. It should, if that's correct, it'll go backwards, right? So we can watch it and observe it. If I click on this, we'll be able to watch and observe this. It should go backwards. So let's just watch it. It's going forwards. So, yeah. Yeah, you can't go backwards. Unity play animation in reverse. So you're saying I need to search this on Google? You can also reverse animation play in Unity 3D using script. Create a float parameter in the animator controller panel. Select the state in which you want to play the animation in reverse. Check multiplier as parameter. Okay. In the inspector window and link direction parameter to the multiplier. We'll try it. We'll try it, but that's, it looks like it's not even there yet. Let's see here. Ah, yes. A integer or, yeah, direction. Okay. It's got to be a float. Okay. Let's see if it works. Okay. Direction, if we set it to -1, and I'm just going to have this, this value is just, we're just going to set this to 1, okay? It should, by default, just go -1, right? And I know a lot of you are probably wondering, why is Thomas using Animator here? There's a variety of reasons, one being I'm not the smartest person. But also, two, I want to be able to control the particles, I want to control the sound, and I like to do that with animation. So if I can, I'm going to do it. Oh, there it goes. Round of applause to Trojanowski. Good, it's reversing. Awesome. Trojanowski. Way to go, buddy. Okay, so that's great. Now the next thing we want to do is the random value will be the multiplier. So we're not going to set the animator speed. We're going to set the animator boolean. Or I'm sorry, float. So we just basically say animator.setFloat, and it's going to be, what is it? Speed or direction, and we're going to set it to this. We're going to call this direction, just to not go crazy here. Direction. So I believe we set it to 0. Yeah, I think we're okay here, guys. So that should do it. I don't want it to be able to be 0 though, right? So if it's 0, if random value equals 0, then it's going to just be 1. We'll just set it to 1. Okay. And then set this to the random value. Alrighty. So that should do it. Let's take a look, guys. Hey, Sorge, how are you? Rotated, good. Rotate it again. Should rotate backwards eventually, right? Looks like the direction is, oh, there it goes. 1, 1. It's only getting set to 1. If you multiply a random value between 0 and 1 by 2, and then take away the 1, okay. For some reason, it's only getting set to 1. You can see it here. Direction is getting set to 1. So I don't get it. What in the world? There we go. Like it just got set to 0. What in the world? Oh boy. I don't get it, guys. That's so weird. Random value, and then you round to integer random value, and then we debug that. And then if it's 0, it needs to be set to 1, and then it sets it to 1 there. Oh, this is so frustrating. -1 f and 2, you think so? You might be right there. All right, let's see here. Don't set the float to an int. Is that what I'm doing? Where am I doing that? Because you have to pass in an integer? No, you don't. It's a float. Oh, my brain. Line 22, set 1 to 1f. What did you say? Line 29? You think that's it? You might be right. You might be right. Set random value to integer. All right, let's take a look. All right, let's watch. This one here, you can see it's getting set to 1 there. Look at this. Let's delete the door or disable the door because it's causing some issues with the console. So we'll disable that. All right. Okay, it got set to 1. That one seemingly got set to 1. Look at that. When it's negative, it gets set to 0 for some reason. What is happening? That was 2 for some reason. Whoa. Okay, that's correct. That's correct. That one's -1 and it did nothing. Why? Oh my word. Yeah, we could probably do that. Change random value to integer and keep it at -1 and 2. We'll see if that works. That way we don't have to do this, right? And then we could just debug it. We could definitely take a look. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. I don't know why it just did that, but okay. That's so weird. Okay, that one was 1. So I did see it go in reverse, and that was good. That one did another one, but okay, yep. It should go in reverse now, and it's not. What? Let's see the direction here. For some reason, the direction isn't getting set properly. Let's just watch it. One. Look, it's not getting set. It's not getting set. Okay, there we go. Good. Good. But watch this. If it's set to -1 here. Nope, there we go. Why did it do it twice? Ugh. That's so weird. Why did it do it twice? Yeah, that might be it. No, because it's right here. So, yeah, it should be fine. Let's see where we're at. So we're right there. Let's just wait and see here, guys. Ah, yes. I think I know what's going on. That's good. It appears that there's an issue on this side. The last one doesn't have an event. Do you think that's what it is? Could be. But it eventually hits here. So that's why I'm confused. Look, it didn't go anywhere. And it was set to 1. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, we're going to do it. We're going to try. I'm going to see what happens after this stream, guys, because I might try it a different way. So this stream was probably a waste. Yeah, for those of you who are curious why we're over, I agree with Marcos that animation is an overkill here. The reason why I want to do it with animation is so that I have control, because there's a lot of variables that I need to disable and enable. For example, nav mesh barriers, all that stuff. Particle effects, lighting, and I want to be able to do that with animation. But I mean, we might be pretty close, actually. We might be pretty close. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later. Cheers. Get over here. Get down. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game, and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have. And you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.